Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to discuss the terrain effects on movement with respect to the hills and the crests. Also, we'll talk about swamps. So I decided to just deploy one side here because that's all we really need to do this. So we're going to move the French now. And so here we have, if we consult the terrain effects chart, we should be able to see this part right here. Slopes, these things with the lines through them, the brown lines like that look a little bit like a slope, they are the slopes. This thing on top, which has that line right there, that is the crest hex side, and this is a crest hex. If you move uphill, so that means flatland to slope or slope to crest, you pay one additional movement point to enter. If you move along a crest or a slope without going uphill, or if you're going downhill, it does not cost any to enter. And we can see that by doing this right here. Here we have an infantry. It's right here on the edge. If we try to move, you can see it can go in three hexes in every direction because we're going only downhill. So let's go downhill and then see how that changes. Now, if we're downhill and we want to go back uphill, it costs one additional movement point. But if we go along the slope, we can see clearly that that's just one point per turn, per hex. So if we go downhill, we can also it just costs one movement point to go downhill. But going uphill costs two. Here's an example of artillery. We only expect one movement point to go uphill, but then he doesn't have two movement points to go uphill, so it's really bad for him. Here's cavalry. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Then we have two movement points left, and we could move two hexes in any direction, except if we go back uphill. Then we can only move one hex. And the same thing here. If we go here, then we can move well along the slope hex at the same elevation, and we don't have to pay any extra points. Finally, let's talk about swamps. Swamps are awful. You don't want to go into a swamp if you don't have to. They're called marshes here. They're called swamps in other games, but this is the point. You stop on entering, and it takes all your movement points to enter. Artillery units may not enter unless they're on a road or a path and in road movement point. So here we go like this. We can get all the way over here, but we can't enter that swamp. And the same for the cavalry. Now we're going to go and skip to the next turn, and we'll try and enter that swamp. It takes the whole movement allowance to enter a swamp hex, and you can only move one hex per turn if you go from one swamp hex to another. Same for cavalry. So if you like going slow and wasting all your movement points, swamps are the way to go. Thank you for watching. We'll discuss more terrain types in the next video. Take care.